O último prémio desta noite tem o nome de Leif Eiriksson, o primeiro europeu a visitar a costa da América do Norte no ano 1000. É um prémio muito especial, Diogo. Um símbolo da paz e dos povos vikings da Islândia, que concordaram em resolver as suas diferenças religiosas, abandonando as armas e dando origem a uma cultura pacífica que se mantém na região desde então.
The last award of the evening is named after Leif Eiriksson, the first European to travel to the coast of North America in the year 1000, a symbol of peace and of the Viking people of Iceland, who agreed to settle their religious differences by laying down their weapons and giving rise to a culture of peace that has lasted in the region ever since.
A personalidade que premiamos esta noite é conhecida como o pai dos estudos da paz modernos. Ao longo de 70 anos de carreira, mediou mais de 150 conflitos entre nações, religiões, comunidades locais e sociedade civil. Dedicou a sua vida à investigação académica e escreveu mais de 1.600 artigos e 160 livros sobre a paz. Os seus ensinamentos são estudados e pesquisados em diversas universidades de todo o mundo. Em 1987, recebeu o Right Livelihood Award, também conhecido como o Prémio Nobel Alternativo da Paz.
The person we are awarding tonight is known as the father of modern peace studies. Throughout his 70-year career, he has mediated more than 150 conflicts between nations, religions, local communities, and civil society. He has devoted his life to academic research and has written over 1,600 articles and 160 books on peace. His teachings are studied and researched in universities all over the world. In 1987, he received the Right Livelihood Award, and also known as the Alternative Nobel Peace Prize.
You know, I was born in 1930, which means I was born right after the First World War, which ended in 1918, and before the Second World War, which started in 1939. So when we came out of the Second World War, I thought I had had enough of it. Such an experience, never again. Never again. So what do we have to do? Recognize some causal factors for these horrible consequences, but also find causal factors for peaceful consequences. And then try to see how can we move from the causes of war to the causes of peace. And I've been doing that ever since. It's not enough to study peace and to have some ideas. You have to try to use them, apply them, and see whether in fact they work. I come from a physician family. In other words, the idea of diagnosis, prognosis, and therapy, these are ideas that I got with my mother's blood. And I can do this as a mental experiment, but I can also do it in reality if the parties are interested. So what do I consider being one of my greatest achievements? Well, I think I did a reasonably good job in Korea, between North and South Korea. Because they will come much further cooperating on a solution. I think foundations like the Mirpuri Foundation are so important because they tell the world that peace is so important itself, that we as a foundation support it, and we even give a prize to those we think are promoting peace. Have a look at what is happening to war and peace. There's a science coming up, peace science or peace research. Support it, contribute to it, come with ideas. Tell we who are working on it what you think is the key to peace. And I can only conclude that the human nature, quote unquote, is capable of the worst possible and the best possible. capable of hatred and love, of terrible violence and having wonderful relations together, often called love. In other words, we seem to be capable of a large spectrum. So what we have to do is to move the point of gravity of what we do from the bad end of that spectrum to the good end, from the violent end to the peaceful end.
Em conjunto com o Peace 2000 Institute da Islândia, a Mirpuri Foundation atribui o prémio Leif Eiriksson Peace Award a
Johan Galtung. Together with the Peace 2000 Institute from Iceland, the Mirpuri Foundation presents the Leif Eiriksson Award to Johan Galtung. Irene Galtung.
Uma honra termos aqui esta noite o próprio. Infelizmente, por razões de saúde, não poderá estar aqui presente, mas temos então a sua filha para receber o prémio em seu nome.
Indeed, it would be an honor to have Johan Galtung joining us this evening to present him with the Leif Eiriksson Peace Award. However, due to health reasons, that will not be possible. To accept the award on his behalf, let us welcome his daughter. Let's give a warm round of applause to Irene Galtung.
Good evening, I'm Thor Magnusson of the Peace 2000 Institute. The award we are presenting tonight is the Leif Eiriksson Peace Award. It has been presented 2 times before to an Israeli soldier that refused to fight the Palestinians, and to a remarkable woman in the American Congress who was the only person who stood up against Bush in the war on terror. And she saw for what it was and what it would bring us. And in these times we are facing now, the theories of Johan Galtung are remarkable. It's called the art of peace. He has turned on the head the old theory of if you want peace, prepare for war. He says if you want peace, prepare for peace. I hope by presenting this in Lisbon this year, this will be a calling to the Portuguese government, politicians, scholars, to adopt his theories into the universities. There should be no politician in the future without studying Johan Galtung's Art of Peace. Thank you.
Comandante Carlos Mirpuri também, palavras.
Very good evening, and thank you for being here tonight. I guess as the oldest brother, it's for me to wrap up this round of awards. And in the name of my family and our foundation, I'm very proud to award this distinction to Johan Galtung through the hands of her daughter, Irene Galtung.
Good evening. My name is Irene Galtung. I'm the daughter of Johan Galtung, and I come here on behalf of him. And he would like to say a few words. Dear Mirpuri Foundation, dear Peace 2000 Institute, dear guests and everyone, thank you so much for the Leif Eiriksson Peace Award. There are 2 kinds of peace, negative and positive. Negative peace is simply the absence of war and violence, and positive peace is the presence of love as an attitude and cooperation as behavior. Obviously, we need both, not only one of them. And that is, in a few words, the peace agenda that I have and still am working on. I wish everybody would include that simple agenda in their daily lives. And don't forget, peace with yourself.